Another reason why people invest in property is to minimize risk, reduce their risk. Now straight away you're saying, hang on a sec. What we're doing is this: we go to work, we pay our taxes, we pay our mortgage, we live off the lowest amount we can, and we don't want the risk of doing other things. Okay, so one of you's employed or both of you are employed. That's not necessarily within your control. And I hate to say this to you, but the riskiest situation is having a nice big residential mortgage that you need to pay and being, pay as you go, pay as you earn, yeah? And not having control over your employment. That's okay, don't get too worried by it. But a risk mitigation strategy, probably not what you thought it would be. If you actually were able to use some of that lazy equity, because you've paid some of your house off, you might have paid enough of your house off to use that as an equity release to another property. Let's say you invested. Now there's a number of different ways to do that. We're just going to go with a house and land package to start with, because you're only paying the transfer duty, stamp duty as you probably think of it, on the land and not on the house, right? And if we looked at it, we compared buying a second-hand house, which can be a little bit risky. Emotionally, we think it's fantastic. Let's buy a house right near us. The problem is this, yeah? You've got to pay stamp duty, transfer duty on the whole amount of what you buy. So let's say you buy something for $800,000, you're paying stamp duty on the $800,000, yeah? It doesn't have a warranty because it's, a little bit older. Probably not much depreciation, so that's not helping you with your tax. If something goes wrong, you've got to pay for it. And that $800,000 is probably going to get you $540 to $600, but probably $550 worth of rent. Okay, so I understand you thinking about that. Let's just look at the same price for a brand new house on a brand new piece of land in a high performing area. It would have to meet 22 criteria, would really have to pass a test. But if you did that, what you've then done is you've used a little bit of equity, you've put it over to the side there, you're getting substantial tax depreciation, tax deductions, because you've done it the right way with a brand new house, yeah? You've got tenant money coming in, right? And maybe you've done this more than once, but let's just say you've done it once. And if there's any interruption to your household income, you've still got positive cash flow coming from your investment property. And in actual fact, what might have happened, because property does go up over time, your house is more valuable than it was when you first moved into it. It's one of the things that happens, yeah? If you had an investment property, not only would you have additional income and some depreciation for tax deductions, but you've also got an asset which is going up in value. So the riskiest thing is potentially to do what you think is the safest thing. Earn your money, pay your tax, and over a long time, pay your mortgage down. So a risk minimization strategy is to look at having a balanced 1, 2, or 3 properties. Because in actual fact, if you had 3 properties out there, those properties are potentially income replacing. So if you ever had a blip on the radar, you've got some coverage. By the way, the new house and land at about $800,000, because it's a brand new house in a growing area, is probably going to get you $100 to $150 more rent than if you did what you initially thought was the safer thing to do, and that's buy a second-hand house nearer to you. The maths are much more likely to help you with a brand new house and land package.